be a post, and you kind of have to get into that mindset of, that would make a great post, or I should talk about that, or why not post about that? You can make a post out of anything. Like, I could pick up this plant. Oh, it's kind of heavy. I could pick up this plant right here and make a post about it. In fact, I actually did buy this plant a couple days ago, and I made a post because I suck at keeping plants alive, and I made a post asking people for tips on how to keep my succulents alive. So that's just a real life example, but seriously, anything can be a post. Anything. And Copper's like trying to eat my hand right now. So another great place that you can find content to post is from your personal development. So if you're doing your personal development every single day, you're going to come up with like some of the most bomb-ass ideas that you probably never would have thought of before if you weren't doing your personal development. So a trick that I recommend is every time you do your PD, write it down, have a takeaway from it, put it in a little journal if you want to get a blank journal, so that when you go to write your post, you can flip through and just see what are some things that you can post about. Maybe you have a really great quote from your PD that you can elaborate on and create a really awesome post. Another place where you're going to get some really awesome content to post is in your conversations with people. So when you're talking to people, they're going to give you objections. They're going to tell you, I don't have time, I don't have money, or I'm not fit enough to do that, or I don't think I would be good at it. And what you can do then is take those objections and make posts about them, not about the specific people that told you, like, oh, this chick told me she doesn't have time, but basically show them how it can be done. Show them how you've made it work without having a lot of time. Talk about how you make it work when you didn't have money. Share stories of other people on the team who have made it work. So those objections are going to be the best content that you can use to make a post, because those people are going to see them and it might change their mindset about it, and they'll see that there are other people who are doing it in the same situations as them, and they're not letting those objections keep them from getting started on their journey. Another type of post that you can do is what we call a this or that, or an A or B, where you can actually ask people to vote, which hairstyle should I get next, A or B, or what dress should I wear to this special party that I'm going to for being recognized as being a part of a top 10 team. Like things like that. You're talking about coaching because you're telling them you're going to this really exclusive event that coaches get to go to. You're sharing the success of your team. You're asking them, which outfit should I wear? And it gives them something to comment on it. It makes them feel like they're a part of your decision. So those work really well because people love to give their opinion on social media. And then some other things that you can do as far as posting. You can post what we call jabs. These are kind of what we call soft sales, where you're just talking about coaching life, or you're talking about your awesome team, or you're kind of mentioning a challenge group or things like that. It's just a jab. It's like just kind of like a poke. You know how pokes are kind of awkward on Facebook? We're not going to poke people anymore. We're just going to jab at them all week, just kind of sharing things all week, so that when we hit them with a right hook and we're inviting them to be a part of our circle and our community, then they're going to kind of know a little bit more about it because they've seen us talking about it all week and things like that. So an example of a jab is just like, I remember when I was living home in New Jersey and James was working at the gym, I was able to leave in the middle of the afternoon and go get a pizza and bring it to him at work, and we got to eat lunch together. And that was something that I wouldn't be able to do if I had a regular 9-to-5 job. And those of you who do not do this full time, there are plenty of things that you can talk about, and that you can post about, that you can share about. You do not have to do this full time to be jabbing and talking about coaching the entire time. You always have things you can share. Even when you just sign up, you just join this awesome team. You have this incredible group of people supporting you on your journey. You're building a business. You just started a business. Like, these are things that you can talk about. You can do what we call a little snackable strategy, and this comes from one of the trainings that Emmy did. It's basically like a little quote in the morning, light, very small, something that people can digest easily in the morning. So maybe you want to post a quote every single morning, or something that is very small. Like, for example, one day I posted, when life hands you lemons, make sure they're Lulu, and I posted the lemon emojis and like somebody running. And I got like maybe 80-something likes on a stupid thing like that. But people like that stuff. People eat that up like candy. So you want to do things like that in the morning, or every once in a while, to kind of just switch it up so it's not always the same thing going on your social media.